My friend, let me tell you a story. Years ago, when I was still young, I once watched a storm destroy the crops of a farmer in our village. The farmer stood there in silence, watching the wind tear apart what he had cared for all season. His neighbors cried out in anger, cursing the sky, but he remained calm. When I asked him how he could be so still in such loss, he smiled and said, "I cannot control the storm. I can only control myself." That was the first time I truly understood Stoicism, though I did not yet know the word. You see, the Stoics believed that life is a mixture of two things, what we can control and what we cannot. Most of our suffering comes from confusing the two. We shout at the rain, we argue with time, we fight against change, but all the while, peace is waiting inside us if only we stop wrestling with what we cannot change. I have learned that when we cling too tightly to control, life feels like a battlefield. Yet when we release the need to control everything, we discover freedom. Like the farmer, we can stand in the storm without fear. But how can we live this way? How can we practice Stoicism in our daily lives? The Stoics offered us a simple practice. Every morning, remind yourself that challenges will come. People will disappoint you, plans will break, and the unexpected will arrive. If you expect life to be smooth, you will suffer. But if you prepare your mind for obstacles, you will meet them with strength. In my own journey as a monk, there were many mornings when I awoke to hardship. Sometimes hunger, sometimes cold, sometimes the heavy burden of doubt. Yet when I reminded myself, this too is part of the path, I found courage to face the day. Another teaching of Stoicism is the idea of memento mori, to remember death. This is not a dark thought, but a liberating one. The farmer knew his crops would one day wither. The Stoics remind us, we too shall pass. And when we remember this truth, suddenly small annoyances lose their power. The rude comment, the missed opportunity, the traffic jam, they are all dust in the wind compared to the precious gift of life itself. So let me ask you, my friend, if today were your last day, how would you spend it? Would you waste it on anger, envy, or complaint? Or would you use it to love, to forgive, to grow? When we live with the awareness of our limited time, each moment becomes sacred. Each breath is a miracle. Each sunrise is an invitation to live fully. I remember once walking through the marketplace, where a man shouted in anger because another had stepped on his shoe. The two nearly fought. I stopped them and asked, "Is this the last memory you wish to leave behind? Is this how you want to spend your short, precious life?" They both grew quiet. Sometimes all we need is to step back and see the bigger picture. The Stoics also taught us the value of inner wealth. True riches do not come from gold or possessions, but from wisdom, character, and peace of mind. I have met kings who could not sleep at night because of fear and greed, and I have met beggars who slept soundly under the stars. Who then was richer? Perhaps, my friend, you too have chased things that left you empty. The newest device, the loudest praise, the highest status. But ask yourself, when the noise fades, when the applause stops, what remains? Only your character, only the strength of your heart. So let us practice together a simple exercise. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine all that you fear losing. Your wealth, your titles, your possessions. Now imagine that even if they were gone, you would still have the power to choose kindness, courage, and calm. That is the gift of Stoicism. The world may strip away many things, but it cannot take your inner freedom unless you give it away. Remember this: you are not the storm, you are the stillness beneath it. You are not the chaos, you are the calm that observes it. And so, as you leave this video and return to your life, I invite you to practice Stoicism in small ways. When anger rises, pause and ask, "Is this worth my peace?" When fear arrives, ask, "Can I control this, or must I let it go?" When life feels fleeting, whisper to yourself, "Memento mori, this moment is precious, live it well." If you live this way, you will discover what the farmer knew long ago. The storm does not decide your peace, you do. My friend, thank you for listening. May your path be steady, may your heart be light, and may your spirit remain calm, no matter the storm.